Oh boy. I think we are live and we're actually on stream now. Yeah. You can see yourself. Let's go. Very cool. Very cool. And I think.
We have the kingly treatment of 3.
True. The only thing with
Okay.
Scree is basically he's so dark that he looks like he's just
Yeah.
part of the thing.
Yeah.
I already said that.
Yeah, he's always in the shadows, hiding.
It just appears and talks.
Exactly.
From the shadows.
Yes, I am.
Ah, yes.
Oh boy. I guess to those who are on stream, welcome to session 1 of another mercenary campaign of a tree man. It should be fine, but a lot of people basically bailed, as usually.
Cowards!
Yeah, cowardice. They've been properly dealt with, aka brought behind the fucking house and shot in the back of the head. Don't go behind the shed. Just professional advice.
No drugs.
Yes. Oh boy.
So you're on mine.
So there's several things that we do at the beginning. We just, I guess, talk, but I guess we talked a bit already before this. So I guess. There's one simple question that I'm gonna need to be asking you, and it's the question I'll be asking every single fucking week. Are you ready to begin?
Are you ready to rumble? I am.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been ready for the past week.
Oh, very
I'm ready, little Freddy.
okay. Oh boy, so
I have my stuffed animal support.
yeah, it's
Support
fine.
animal.
Support animal. Okay. So first things first, I'm just gonna ask. Can you hear this good enough? Can is
Perfect.
not too loud, not too.
Maybe a bit lower. It ramped up a bit.
Okay, give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, better.
Better.
Let's go. So.
Yeah.
Oh boy. My dear humble wannabe adventurers, brave souls from all kinds of walks of life, by whatever backgrounds, whatever fates have you brought to this little place. You, out of so many individuals throughout the world of Urga, through the Empire of Dor, have been gathered across all individual provinces and counties and whatnot for recruitment drives. And of course, you in your local area was no indifferent as a gathering, a recruitment drive for the Mercenary Guild of Cujo has been called upon in the crossing of Zorix for all the brave individuals willing to serve the Empire as detectives, adventurers, mercenaries, whatever suits you, and seeking fame, fortune, and wealth, of course. A lot of people have gathered. So, to start our journey, it is somewhere earliest in the mornings at June 3rd, year 277 of the 5th era. In the early dawns, well, not even dawns, somewhere in the middle of 9-ish a.m., there's one particular Kenku that has gotten his whereabouts, got his particular information or particular, I guess, odds and ends, and he was given a number of 2, as in to take the car to wherever it goes, to take on assignment that will make him a mercenary officially. Scree, it's been a good hour ever since you overheard that discussion between the housewives, who are basically idling and gossip, and of course you are also have your I guess ticket, or I guess just a small piece of paper with a number where you need to go. The time has come as people are being gathered, and everybody's are being shouted to get into the carts. Many do, and by your cart there's this human, maybe in his 70s or 80s, very feeble, very skinny and skittish, has this nice straw hat that seems to be recently made, as he kind of tends to his what seems to be a set of donkeys in this open, just no roof wagon, as he's just kind of waiting patiently. How would you like to approach?
I slowly approach the man and I look up at him, and then in the also famous announcer voice, I say, "Adventure now!" And I hold up the ticket with the number on it.
He kind of looks at it, he kind of squints at it. I seen your kind before. I see the number is correct. He kind of points at the back of the line. Please sit down. We'll wait for others and then we will go as fast as possible.
I lower my hood a little, nod, and then I slowly climb into the wagon to take my seat.
He kind of nods and kind of continues petting the donkeys as they are just chilling, vibing. Now, Link, you've been here for several days. You got your piece of paper, you got the thing, and I guess the official call for everyone to get into their carts has begun. You heard them several times, but nobody has called out yours particular cart because it wasn't present. And looking out of the distance, you saw the interaction of this old human with his donkeys and this worn-off cart and this Kenku, as the Kenku just kind of walks in. What would you like to do?
Lank is going to walk up, as he probably picked up on the sound of "Adventure Now" from the Kenku, and he's gonna reach for his own papers and just asks the coach driver, "Are you perhaps the one that's gonna take us to Toss?"
Yes, good to see. He kind of eyes you a bit. Fellow orc? You see him squinting.
Half-orc.
Well, you can. He kind of points back at the car. As you can see, a handful of carriages around you, as people are getting in and just heading off in random directions.
Thank you kindly, sir. And he's going to walk around the back and heave himself up.
Yeah. And then good minute or so, Ares, you walking, just knowing that the time has gone. The herald has been calling for those who are set to be out. You have the number, and you see that at this point, from the vision, from a few hundred feet, you see that there is a car with the number 2, and you see a Kenku, and then a half orc moments after kind of talk with the driver and just get in one by one. What would you like to do?
Yeah. Ares walks up and thinks to himself, "Ooh, that cart must be where I need to go." And then he approaches the man, and then waves to him from a little bit distant away. "Hello, sir. Is this the cart for Toss?"
How far away are you from the cart? Also, everybody on the
15
cart, you
feet.
can 50 feet.
15 feet.
Oh,
away.
15. You see him squint a bit. What is that? Can you get a bit closer? I can't really see you.
Yeah, he steps closer to that. You see, have this, and he hands over his papers. I've been told to take a cart.
Yeah, just kind of points at the back. And then, yeah.
Okay, thank you. And he, like gingerly, almost stepping,
Yeah.
walks up to the cart and
So the cart itself is old. It smells of freshly cut hay. Not because it's been recently cut, more like over the years or maybe decades of usage for just crops. The smell just kind of settled in. And yeah, you're basically in this place that could fit like 6 people with ease, but there's only 3 of you. So please, do tell to each other how each of you look like, since you're all in this car together.
Well-
the order we were introduced.
Okay, in that case, let me give an order. Let's go with Ares first, because let's say Ares, you're gonna be,
Yeah. Ares. Let's see. Why doesn't it work? Okay. Yeah, you see a possibly human figure with the first impression you get is he's very colorful. Hairs, eyes, clothes, very colorful. And the second thing you noticed that it stands out immediately is that he has a pair of horns on his head, and hidden beneath his lushy hair, he has a pair of animalistic ears as well. The clothes he's wearing it looks sort of ceremonial, but not really. You don't see any embellishments or jewelry, or it looks like clothes made for traveling. And then he sits down a bit, maybe carelessly on the wagon, looking around at the 2 of you,
Okay.
seeming to be full of energy.
Okay, in that case, Lank.
So, staring upon this very colorful individual is a rather tall, bulky, somewhat bulky, half orc. That his most prominent feature, as you take your first glance, would be his tusks, as well as a scar of sorts extending from the corner of his left lip up to his ear. And he has dark blue hair with a side cut. So, yeah. The clothes he's wearing are fairly simple, kind of dark. a dark vest which leaves his right arm revealed, and as opposed to that, on his left arm, he has this half cloak that seems to just keep his left arm hidden. And he gives the new she person a nod.
And of course, then it's you, Scree.
Mike, Scree looks slowly up from the rope and peeks out an eye, looks at you, and then pulls it down. And Gamers doesn't say anything. You can just see that if you look closely at them, they are wearing a black robe that's being tied together by horse reins, a silver dagger, and a normal dagger on those reins as clinging to the belt, or the makeshift belt, so to say. And otherwise, they just seem to hide their identity, so you don't know who he is or what he really looks like under that hood or clothes. He does smell bad, though, so clearly he's been through a lot.
Oh no. Uh,
We aren't that petty.
Yeah. So, as each of you gather, a good 10 minutes pass just kind of idly as the old man is kind of looking around, and most of the carts have went, and you're kind of staying there. One of the more heavily armored guard just kind of walk up to him and kind of ask him why the cart isn't moving, and he's your I guess your chauffeur just kind of looks at you, looks back at him. That's all. The guardsman just kind of looks at him. Yeah. Do you see any more coming? Kind of giving this wide berth. The old man looks around, just intently, looks back at the guardsman, just kind of shrugs. If you say so. And then just kind of gives this whistle, and both donkeys just gonna start to scoot at a steady pace. So, as your journey begins, the human informs you because it's about half days away. So be patient. My eyesight isn't too good, nor the donkeys are too fast. So, you have about half a day's journey to do whatever you wish on the cart. As traveling from Zorik's crossing to the Alarian forests, you're kind of met with these massive 60-foot wide roads with a handful of people traversing in their own carts or on foot, and just forests as far as I can see in any direction surrounding, just a few feet beyond the dirt road. So, anything you wish to do as you're slowly but surely are taken to your destination?
Yeah. I want to. So, what are your names? That is both of you. I'm Aris. You call me. Yeah, my real name is Aritis, but I've always been called Aris by my family.
well, hello there, Ares. The name is the name's Lenk. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah. Where do you come from? And what is your name? It turns to the other one.
The
You think
Kenku? Yeah.
What's your name?
The Kenku looks up at you, doesn't respond, and looks back down.
He must be a bit sad. Well, anyway, thank you, Link. Have you ever ridden a cart before?
Well, uh, one time before, yes. It's a very long time ago, though. I usually kept to my home city, so to say.
Okay, yeah, this is my first time. I'm a bit excited, actually.
Well, a bit of excitement is always good for a journey. So,
Yeah.
where are you from exactly?
Oh, I've come from a village called Tatmaruk in Cradle Rocks. This is my first time I'm ever left home.
Oh, the druid place, right?
Yeah. I'm a druid. I was fully
Oh,
certified.
The Kenku looks up when you say the word druid and looks curiously.
Oh,
Then responds, points at Ares, and says in the same voice, Druid?
yeah. I've been taught the ways of the druidism. Are you also a druid?
Grace shakes his head,
Okay.
and then points to themselves, gives a very deep voice, sounds like a deep voice. Warlock.
Oh, a warlock. I've never talked to a warlock before. That's exciting. So,
huh. Yeah, Araxis, how often does warlocks actually tell people that there are warlocks?
Roll me insight check and look at that first insight check. First roll
Let's
yeah.
goes to
go.
like poggers.
Let's see here. I think I don't have a modifier. Let's check. I do not.
It's a D10.
There. A 7.
Lucky number seven.
You have no clue. Nobody has really said that they're like a druid or a warlock, so you don't really have a big frame of reference.
Fair enough. Huh. So, the both of you are those magic types then, huh?
It seems so, yeah.
Just what are you capable of doing then?
Well, I know a little bit of everything. My teacher was very thorough, though I might be a bit more skilled with the elemental arts, especially fire.
You can see at the mention of fire, Lenk visibly just tenses up for a second before relaxing again. See.
Yeah. And where do you come from then?
Oh, I'm from Torwa.
Or what?
Torwa. Yeah, it's a city a bit west from here.
Ah, yeah. I've never been to a big city before. The crossroad was. How big is the crossroad at Erexis?
How big is the crossroads?
Yeah, in terms of population.
In terms of population, well, comparing to your, well, yeah, so,
Yeah.
oh, Jesus Christ, I'm
Because
coughing.
my home isn't really a city type.
No,
it's
no,
more
no,
like
no,
a
no.
big community.
Yeah, it's a big community in your case, and your community is like, 2,000 to 4,000 people, depending on the day. Azorix Crossing is basically similar amount, but it's a lot more condensed. While for you, there's a lot of fields, individual like places, several buildings, and everything is connected, and this very nice dirt road. Zork's Crossing is a lot more developed, proper roads, several story tall buildings of wood and stone. And you would just by looking, as much as you've been in the crossroad, you assume it's almost like 3,000-4,000 people. I've seen a lot of people on the street. Not always, but a lot more than
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, Stokes Crossover is the largest city I've visited. So that's we just left. So I don't know what to expect forward.
Well, just make sure to keep an eye out for potential pickpockets.
What's a pickpocket?
You,
He
wow, you
smirks under his beak, under his cloak, under his beak is a smirk.
Yeah, Lenky looks surprised at what Ari says and just goes, "Wow, you really haven't been to a city, have you?"
Yeah,
Okay, so pickpockets are the type of people who make a living by snatching coin purses of other people, usually, or other valuables.
coins. Why would you carry coins?
Oh boy, well, you see, you can exchange coins for services and products so that you may, eat.
Can't you just exchange livestock or wheat?
Well, that might work where you come from, but it's much simpler if you just have these your coins. And Link is actually going to take out his coin pouch and just take out a piece of gold. Because these, you see, they have a set value, and yeah, using these is much easier than to just carry around livestock, isn't it?
That's metal, isn't it?
Gold, yes.
Yeah, I think I'll keep what I have, and I think other people can have those.
Oh, right, druid things. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Uh, but yeah, anyway, it might be a bit troublesome for you to be trading in the cities if you're not gonna be using money.
Hmm, that's strange.
But maybe you have something else of value that isn't metal.
Hmm, I do have this, and he rumbles in his bag a bit and pulls out like a gemstone.
She turns their head towards the druid and looks at the gemstone, eyeing it.
It's worth 10 gold pieces.
Uh,
Sorry, what?
It's worth 10 gold pieces.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So isn't
Well,
it
I
most
wouldn't-
expensive gem?
Well, you didn't know
Well-
the value of it yet.
well, to be fair,
It looked like
to a normal person, it is a lot of money.
yeah, it's like an opaque blue stone, basically, what it looked like, uncut.
Opaque blue. Got it.
Lapis lazuli.
Well, you definitely could trade that, yes, but I believe it's worth a fair bit more than just a simple gold coin, and just a gold gets you a long way.
Yeah, this is the only one I have left. And he puts it back in his pocket.
Alrighty. So, anything else you wish to discuss? As if you like forest, well, looking around, you can get as much forest as you want passing
Hey,
by.
Mr. Kenku, do you also come from the city?
Kenku looks at you and pretty much says only one word in a female-like voice. Nerf.
From the north.
North.
which cities come from the north? Which cities or lie in the north and the nearby?
Uh,
I heard the ocean is north.
is that a question you would like to roll for? So history.
Sure.
I think the question was, do I know
Natural
any cities
20.
that are in the north?
Okay. So there's
I am on.
there's several cities, of course, to the north. The closest one that you would know is basically a coastal city of Alaric that is north, and there's like a lot of cities just by the north coast, but they're more like east or west. A lot, like a long time, like we're talking weeks of travel from one to another side. You know that this is the continent of Dor, and beyond the sea to the north, there's also Karmuga, the Destined Islands, not islands, the Destined Lands, where the so-called Trugmarian horde lies. Basically, a renegade, self-exiled people 8 centuries ago who basically left the Empire and set their own little kingdom there.
And what were they called? You said.
At this very moment, they call themselves Trugmarian Horde.
The Trogmarian Horde. Okay.
For the sole reason because after 7 centuries of unknowing about their fate, about their legendary warlord Trugmar, he just showed the fuck up one day and proclaimed his arrival to everyone in Trugmar City.
Well then.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But you are from this continent, right, little bro?
Kenku just nods.
Okay, okay. How
Yeah.
come you guys? What are you guys here for? I mean, obviously you're here for the Cujo, but what reason do you have for it?
Yeah, I'm looking for friends, and also I want to be helpful to the people of the Empire. You both from the Empire, right?
Oh well, yeah.
Me too. Me as well. Yeah.
Green first talks in a booming voice that some of you may have heard before. Adventure now! And then followed by another voice which sounds with a little bit of a pirate accent to it. Loot.
Same here. Same here. The well, you can't do much if you don't have any capital, right?
And then scream with a female voice. It's with a little bit of a accent to it. You may think it's a dwarven voice. Broke ass.
Oh. Well, let's see, make sure that none of us end up as broke asses after this, right?
Yeah.
Well,
What's a broadcast?
A person who doesn't have any money. So, the two of you.
Yes, notes. Okay.
so anything else, or would you like to do a time skip to when you actually make it to Taz?
That's
Before I do a time skip, I want my character to inspect their silver dagger a bit closely.
Or anything particular?
Yes. Mostly magical reasons.
Roll me an Arcana check. If you wish. If you win.
I wish. Give me a moment. There. Arcana. Why do I always go over? What's always the last thing I check?
Ooh.
Flat. Dirty 20.
Ooh. So,
Impressive.
looking this nice little dagger. It's just kind of investigating, inspecting. You know, just kind of observing. You're like thinking to yourself, okay, this is nice, but is there something more? And you just kind of inspect every single aspect. Like, does it swing differently than a normal dagger? Does it sound different? And then you realize it does sound different as you unsheath the blade from the hilt. Also, there's this wobbling sound, this vibration, this very concentrated by the edges of the blade for a few seconds before it dissipates. It's a distinct sound that just buzzes for a few seconds. To what they, like, you know that this is definitely magical. It's something to do with sound. Anything else is, you don't really know.
Uh-huh. Interesting. Wrote that down. Okay, I give a smirk and sheath the dagger again, then put it on my belt.
Alright.
Do both of you have metals? Hmm.
Well, you can't really see any metal on Link.
But you had a coin.
So,
Except, yeah, you know, yeah, to be fair, fair enough.
so. Hours pass as you go through the thick forests towards east, and slowly but surely, the rising sun to the east slowly turns to the setting sun to the west. As somewhere, you assume 4 p.m. in the evening, you are kind of met with this all of a sudden a first fork that kind of sets you apart from this main road. It's a smaller, maybe 20 feet wide road. You take it, and then for a few minutes, all of a sudden, you see buildings that are been basically made of wood and stone, a handful of tents, and yeah, you see that there is a civilization hidden in this small fork into the main road. As you are kind of approaching the first, and I guess the biggest building, this almost like a longhouse of several stories, maybe 2 or 3, and this house looks made of wood and hay mainly. The donkeys kind of stop out for a bit as the rider just kind of taps them, pets them, and then kind of looks back at you all. Oh, this is the place. I don't know where it is, but there's this tavern in place. Very good mead called the Silver Goose. That's where you need to go. That's where you need to meet this ranger fella. Tall, blonde elf, I heard.
Could you repeat that name really quick?
There was no name. Oh, the Silver
Okay.
Goose. The Silver Goose.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you kindly for bringing us here, old man.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I
Best-
never asked.
Hmm?
What's your name?
My name. My name is Green, like the grass. Was named ever since I was a lad, and I still hold that name dearly to my heart. Now skedaddle. You got
Thank
your
you, Green.
kind of nods. So looking around immediately, you see that this is maybe 30, 40 buildings, all made like from perspective of Scree and Lang, who basically came from the western side, the Golden Plains, where stone is predominant on every single corner. Very sound architecturally stable buildings. This whole place looks like it's been run down, made of poor quality materials. It looks like if you just kind of push something strongly to one side, it's just gonna collapse. For Ares, though, this looks like home. This looks like your kinsmen have built this. A few more, I guess, more pristine buildings, like this long house in front of you. That is
What a lovely village.
Well,
You see, this is almost like almost like I never left home.
Oh yeah, Ares. Okay, everybody roll perception except for Ares. Ares, you roll it with advantage.
Disadvantage or advantage?
No, advantage, because you're a druid.
Let's see. Perception, you said?
Yeah. See.
Yeah. Oh,
You
that's not
forgot the
what I
R.
rolled.
You forgot the R.
I forgot the R. Well,
No. You need to do
No.
exclamation point R spacebar 2d20 plus 4.
Yeah.
I was about to type it for them.
Damn it!
With a space in between!
Space.
It has been a while.
Aries. The
Please!
I feel like that's some sort of
I'm not doing it intentionally, I swear.
oh my god, it just hit. Okay, so for Lank, Scree, you look around, you see a handful of people still tending to their own little stuff. You see some people are making what seems to be clay bowls out of the open by the corners. Some are just tending to their houses and whatnot. Relatively clear. Everybody's kind of busy. Nobody's walking on the street. The only street thing that is occupying the street that you're on is you and the car that is now slowly turning its back away and just kind of park itself nicely. For Lang, looking at the longhouses, this is like the most the longhouse compared to every other house is like maybe 4 or 5 times bigger, so it immediately catches your eye. And looking just at this, what seems to be layers upon layers of hay, there's this inscription that you can read that says "The Silver Goose" on maybe second or third floor of this stacking hay bales in the longhouse, because there's like some sort of floor, like piece of wood that has been carved the name of it into it, but has been basically almost overthrown by hay. As for Ares, you see a shitload, and I cannot stress this enough, a shitload amounts of druid craft all over, written into the sides of the wood. from one place to another, and you see the walls of this longhouse are littered with signatures of all kinds of individuals, of them being here or were here. And there's this nice, almost not a drawing, but like more of a sketch, as you kind of look at it for a bit closer, as all of a sudden, for you alone, this facade of several silvery connections that form several gooses that seem to be taking off the building, as if like a step by step of how one would ascend from the ground to the air is shown for a split second.
I like this place.
It
Rich
seems.
here.
Well, it looks quite quaint, I have to agree.
Well, I want to read this closer. He runs forward and like inspects the writings close up, tracing different signatures.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he takes a closer look at the different signatures because he's fascinated.
Well, a lot of names, a lot of people, not anything vulgar, as you see basically section from section and written over each other names. Ron, Karun, Razator, basically either giving their greetings or review or just simple been here, done that written. And you see that it's different typing. It's different, I guess, characterization for each individual. It's complicated, it's nice, but you don't see anything, I guess, meaningful besides a lot of just banter of writing over each other.
How is it listed? Is it listed in with Druidcraft or?
It's all written in Druidcraft. For everybody else, for Scree and Link, you basically see as Eric's just kind of examining a blank a wooden wall, and just kind of eyeing it like he's witnessing something beautiful. For you, just wood, just this like a tree log thigh, just like No, you should.
Scree just no. Now Scree just raises its eyebrow at this behavior of Ares. It's like,
Yeah, Link kind of leans down to Scree and just goes, "Druids, am I right?"
You hear him like mumble different. Just hear him mumbling to himself, where he reads the names out and the sentences to himself.
I just shrug at Lank.
Anyway, Ares, are we gonna go inside maybe? See the
What?
person we're supposed to see?
All right. Yes. Looking at these words here. Yeah. Let's go. We shouldn't keep people waiting. And I want to meet them as well.
So going inside immediately, you can just smell a distinct smell or odor of alcohol. Not at any particular time, just alcohol. As There's like good 8-9 people in this longhouse that could fit maybe 150 people. This place looks, it could be a bar, a dance hall, a gathering place. It's like a jack of all trades of a building. Immediately to your right, you see a large bonfire with massive pieces of elk, rib cages, and basically legs are slowly being turned and getting basically cooked. And past the bonfire, you see what seems to be a barkeep, tending to a handful of bottles. And there's a handful of chairs, and by one of those chairs, there's this very impatient elf, long blonde hair sleeking back, this nice quiver, what seems to be adorned in jade, and this nice bow that he's basically put by his side, as he seems to be eyeing the door and just drinking whatever he's having in hand. But then all of a sudden, as you like observe this and he spots you for a few seconds, he gives a sharp whistle towards you.
I think we found our man.
Yeah.
And Lenk is gonna go ahead and head towards him.
Eris follows. But Eris takes a bit more time looking around at the bar and the people in the bar. Where indeed
Gree's just gonna follow, but avoid trying to bumping into people because of their short stature.
Mm-hmm. As you kind of come closer, and it's a few seconds it takes, all of a sudden this jolly half elf springs behind the counter, behind the elf, looks at you, and all of a sudden gets scared for a second, ducks behind, as the barkeep, who's like was kind of tending to the bottles and finishes, looks back below the bar, kind of shakes his head, and kind of tries to say something as almost welcoming you, but before he says a single thing, a cup is being shoved almost next to his mouth, as the elf, the blonde elf that is keeping an eye at you, saying just says, "Another, if you will," as the barkeep kind of pauses, looks at the elf in front of him, grabs the cup, and then pours just another drink. As it's poured, the blonde elf, as you're now a few feet away from him, just kind of looks at you. "I assume you're with the carriage?"
Yeah, we are here for the
Good.
initiation test of the Cujo.
I know why you're here, and I know why I'm here. My time is short, and my patience is even shorter. So here's the simple deal. There is a big... He kind of snorts for a bit, and looks behind the counter, and you hear a few slaps as there's a few grunts of pain, and this feeble old half-elf just struts around on his fours. Okay, little elder, do tell, what have you seen? And you see this half-elf on his fours that he seems to be scared shitless and panicking and clutching his chest as if it's about to just implode. He's just looking at all of you. "Please, there's a wild beast. A natural groans like a dragon on all fours, traversing through the plains. He's here to kill our sheep, our children. The everything took place. The end of times have come. The end of..." And then before he starts to go on a ramble, the blonde elf just kind of snatches his mouth a bit to make him stop. and looks at all of you. So there is this mythical beast to the north. That's presumably is a dragon, also a giant wolf, a hybrid too. Very, very dangerous. Everybody can roll me inside if you will.
Yeah, I will refrain.
I'm gonna roll. Give me a moment.
I
have
believe
your
him.
chat open.
It just sounds a bit far-fetched. But he seems very certain.
And I didn't have my character sheet open. Inside, I don't know the character from the top of my head. Oh. Specialty, yes.
Woo!
Let's go.
And Ares, you?
No.
What do you mean? No.
They abstain.
Okay. Okay, you're not gonna roll. Okay, fine. Sure.
Leaves.
So, Scree looking at well, first of all, Link and Scree, you both look at the half-elf groveling on the ground, basically asking for any forgiveness, mumbling with his mouth shut. You realize that he's scared shitless. Like, whatever he's saying, even with you, like, he fully believes. While the elf that is, like, looks like he's ready to go to war just looks like he wants to just kick the man in the throat to shut up as he rolls his eyes and seems to be just tired of this blabbering, as he seems to be just fully aware of this exact situation, what this is. So, somewhere up north, there is a gigantic beast that is not definitely two kobolds dressed in a wolf pelt, looking at the half elf. The half of just shakes his head. So yeah, if you will, could you go north, a bit to the northwest? There's a small incline of a cave, easy to spot. Definitely not a pair of two kobold footprints, and definitely slay the beast and bring the trophy so the old feeble man can finally rest. That is your task. Am I understood correctly?
Not. Arax looks a bit. Arax. Sorry.
Yeah. I look.
Arax looks very serious and nods. Nods 2 times.
Link kind of holds a closed fist to his mouth, like kind of stifling a chuckle. Well, it might be a tough. It might be a tough.
As you know, as the task is given and the blonde elf just kind of takes the mouth off, all of a sudden the halfling begins to speak on the floor. Please, they will kill you, and then they will come for us, and then it's the end of days.
Iris will immediately go to the old man and just help him. Then I will like, my good sir, we will get rid of this terrible beast. Don't have to worry.
You all of a sudden,
afraid anymore.
the eyes of this old man look upon you, Ares, and there's anger in them. And then all of a sudden it points a finger at you. And you shall be the herald for the flames. You shall bring this world to ruin. And all of a sudden, even the barkeep just looks at the half-elf as he, okay, Sebastian, enough. As he kind of snatches behind the shoulders, and you see the whole feeble man just kind of, Ares, the feeble man just kind of like grasps from the ground and tries to like grab you by the shoulder, and almost like you feel like he's trying to slowly approach your hands, but towards your throat as he says that, before all of a sudden getting just yoinked.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
The Kenku looks at the old man, and then the old man hears this voice.
It will be done. There will be no more.
We had
You
enough
see-
of this.
Ares is literally.
No, only the old man here said.
yeah. So all of a sudden, the half elf's eyes sprung open. I hear him, Zenith. I hear Battlemont. He's calls upon me. The end of the world is coming. He grasps
Please
his
stop. Please. I beg you, please. Don't say anymore. Arax is shaking. Like looking down,
You
down
still,
at the
you
floor.
just keep saying Araxes.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it! Ares is,
Yeah.
is shaking slightly, and like balling his fist and staring at the ground. Please, sir.
No, he's panicking. He has lost it. As you see, what you assume the barkeep by the name of Zenith is now just kind of grabbing him and just kind of like, it's fine, Seb. Don't worry, Sebastian. It's fine. Just let's go get some rest. They're gonna kill it, and you see the old man is staring at you with this look. He seems to be tired, not speaking, but he's just so looking at you.
Ares like takes 2 steps back from the old man. It's not true. The lie.
Hey,
Isn't-
hey,
isn't
Ares,
true.
you good?
Yeah, and it holds over his ears, holds his ears shut. It isn't true.
Well, yeah,
It's,
it's the rambling of an old man.
Believe me, he, like the blonde elf just kind of snaps back at you. Oh, believe me, he told me a bunch of fucking tales. Don't believe him half the shit he says. He lost a lot in the past few years, and he's not been the same ever since. But you're not here for therapy. Go on, get the thing. I told you where it is. I was purposely told not to tell you, but I'd rather you be done with this and we can all go out our merry way, because I am busy and rather not be in this inn for any longer. No, skedaddle.
You got it, boss.
I'll be fine. Let's go. And Eric starts to walking outside. He feels less energy than he did before when he walked in.
So yeah, as you walk in, well technically, walk out of the tavern into the streets again, you see that sun is slowly setting. You have a task somewhere to the northwest. So
He takes a few deep breaths, trying to calm himself.
You really seem to have taken that pretty bad.
The man was just rambling. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
let's go and defeat this beast.
Right, and by the way, you're probably more accustomed to this type of terrain than the two of us, so you wouldn't mind perhaps leading the way.
Well, they said north, right? He said north, so
yeah, northwest.
in a cave.
then let's go north to see
So yeah,
this creature.
roll me a perception check for everybody as you realize that this whole settlement, you can walk from one side to another in like 2 minutes in like a very steady pace. And going to the north, it's basically maybe 100 feet and then just trees upon trees. Scree! Very cool.
Yes.
And same with Lang. So, ironically enough, as Lang kind of guides you through the, I guess, the dirty paths into the deep grasses, you can immediately both see a handful of prints that seem to be two small humanoids. Immediately, you can guess either kobolds or dragonborns neatly close to each other, making just footprints trampling the grass. Because it's easy to spot in the trampled grass just where it's been trampled, of course. And some imprints in the mud do show you a location to the north that you can track. So who's leading this? Is it still Ares or?
She's trying to lead.
Okay. In that case, yeah. Takes you a few minutes with the facts found to go to the tree lines, into the tree lines for a bit as the grass subsides into this just over a feet. And about, you say, 7 minutes from getting this quest, you stumble upon what seems to be a small cave entrance, like a selection of boulders or stones that are maybe overall like 10 feet in size, and there's a small entry that is like 5 feet tall, maybe 3 feet wide. And you looking at the stone immediately can see the dirty, fresh, and of course dried clumps of mud with you assume either dragonborn or kobold footprints in it.
The fresh footprints, are they leading into the cave or out of it, the cave?
Out of the cave.
This doesn't look like dragon footprints.
Oh no. Go on, Kotlol.
Well, Screen gets an idea, pokes Ares,
Yeah, what is? Yeah. Yeah.
points to itself, and then in a gruff voice says, "Bait."
You want to be bait?
And then Scree changes the voice again and goes in the old man Sebastian voice, "End times! Dragon! Wolf!"
I don't think that's a very good idea. Shouldn't we?
Well, him dragging the attention of the two targets would make it easier for the two of us, he gestures to himself and Ares, to make an ambush.
Scree gives a thumbs up.
Okay. Yeah, that might work. Do you know
So what?
how to act?
Yeah, what would you you know?
I never ambushed someone before.
Well, how would you like to ambush, or attempt to ambush?
At first, Ares tries to find a big bush to sit in.
Okay. Looking around with task perception, you see a lot of bushes, just natural bushes of what you assume are berries that have already been picked and cleaned out. Are plentiful next to this little mountain. Not even a mountain, just set of stones, if you will.
Are there any trees around that could be
Yeah.
climbed?
Yes. There are hundreds of trees in any direction you look, except for the way where you came, and they're all healthy, and they have numerous of branches that you assume most of them could hold your weight easily.
Okay, then I would like to climb up in one of the trees to hide.
Okay. Just roll me athletics.
Should I try to roll stealth then?
Yeah, roll me
15.
stealth with advantage. And Scree, what is your intention?
Very much, I stand very much somewhere in front of the cave and start shouting like the old man in a panic that he's like, monster, end times! Doing the noise that he heard from Sebastian.
Are you gonna go? Are you gonna go inside a cave or?
No,
I'm just going to assume I didn't hear that.
just shouting like Sebastian did in the inn.
Yeah.
I hear them.
Oh boy.
You had advantage.
Advantage.
I had them, yeah, of course. Let's see.
Also, Lang, for you, stealth check as well.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Oh boy.
Okay, nice.
Let's see, I think-
New dice rolling system.
Yeah.
And look, someone had a natural 20. So of course, it's the
22.
rogue.
No, it's me.
No, it's not the rogue.
No, no. Oh, no,
But I got a
Harry's.
22 anyway.
So, as like you kind of climb maybe 10 feet above, just in the vicinity of the cave, you could literally jump opposite of you by this massive bush next to a tree. Ares, you basically just got prone and just kind of slid under the low bush and just sat calm like roots themselves. You know what? Roll me a performance check. I want to see how well you can depict the woes of a feeble old man. Desperate.
Not very good. Even though it's mimicry, it's not very good. Not clearly my shouting, making it shout, makes it harder for me to mimic it.
It's fine.
That's good.
While you mimic the voice for Lang and Ares, there is this passion that the screaming lacks. The woes are flat, the delivery's poor. But nevertheless, as you wait patiently, all of a sudden, you start to hear something in the distance. Let's see. I would like everybody to roll a perception check, if you will.
Oh.
On it.
R.
As the wind begins to calm down a bit, time passes on in Ares. You hear a distinct sound just creep, just kind of to you, almost unnoticed, as all of a sudden you just hear this howl as these heavy steps can be heard behind you, and you look and you see this massive fur, just fur to your side. And what you see, because you're so low, is that fur is getting carried by two small, skinny, scaly legs. From perspective of Lang, behind the bush of Ares, there is this dark fur that is just slow but surely is just making its way around towards the cave. You look at its where you see its head. The head is slightly a gap, and you see in its eyes there's flame glaring out. As all of a sudden you just hear this, well. The old fool decided to leave. Ares, because you're so close, as you hear this trembling voice, you just hear that in front of it, where you see its mouth is, you hear this like growling, like bitter voice, and then you hear behind him, "Tell him about the biscuits." The one who didn't give us treats.
I was just confused.
And then you hear again behind, like you see, if you look at the conversation, you see wherever those two skinny legs are, one side is like doing the menacing brown voice, while the other's just like kind of and the meats.
How close is Ares right now to them?
Technically, you could.
Yeah.
There's like they're like within 3 feet of you. You technically could reach out your hand towards them.
I want to try to drag the fur.
Are you gonna drag the bird?
I want like in a very quick motion, like go forward and like grab hold of the fur and have to drag it back as hard as I can.
Roll me a strength check.
Yeah. I think he just wants to do the Scooby-Doo unmasking thing real quick.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what?
You know, the taking the mask off real quick when they don't notice it. It was you all along.
Yeah, he did see the legs. So, did a strength check.
Yeah,
Just
strength check with advantage.
With advantage.
R2D20.
I'm just gonna roll my own strength check.
That's with strength.
That's a
modifier.
Oh,
With
you just need to
yeah,
beat a 10. And you have
Okay.
advantage, come on.
beat a 10.
Let's go.
Oh,
Actually,
no.
never mind. Oh my god.
A 9.
You pull it, you tug to it, and all of a sudden you see. Question. Because you rolled so well on stealth, you tug it, and all of a sudden the creature starts to turn towards you. Would you let go of the fur, or would you try to commit?
I let go.
Let's
I'm
go.
surprised I haven't seen the Kenku standing there.
Okay,
Into the bush again.
All of a sudden,
so
all of a sudden you see from Link's perspective this mighty beast that is like maybe 4 feet, wide, and
Long?
maybe no, wide, while like
Oh.
while maybe 5 feet long, all of a sudden turns towards Ares, and you don't know why.
I would like to fire an arrow.
No. Before you do that, Ares, you just hear, what the hell was that? I don't know. The shrubs? I don't. Just a bunch of idle chatter. Roll me to hit with an arrow.
Advantage because they don't know I'm here, right?
Yeah.
Let's see here. I think that's +5. I think I do it like
You're
that,
so
right?
violent.
Yeah, that's a hit.
17.
That's a hit. So you can also roll your hit dice, not hit dice, sneak it. Wait, do you have sneak attack on?
No, it's
hit
hand
dice.
crossbow. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it would be nice.
To be fair.
Let's see here. It's that. So 5 points of piercing damage as an. Oh yeah, right. I forgot. I also have sneak attack damage because I have advantage. 1d6. So a total of 9 points of damage.
All of a sudden, there's just a, you just look around, just zoom, and the arrow just sinks in, and as it sinks in, you see the beast is just not even phased, as all of a sudden it just looks back where it was looking around, and looks around. Harry, see you here. Wait, what the hell was that? and then you hear, oh shit, there's an arrow. It's like, are we getting attacked? I don't know. As you hear a bunch of tapping, Ares, and it's like, okay, continue with the speech. And then all of a sudden you hear with a booming voice, your feeble attacks will do nothing, for I am vengeance manifest. As it starts to make its way towards the cave.
one is looking away now. Can I get another try to
Yes!
distract it?
This is gonna get ridiculous.
I want to, and this time I will commit fully.
Come in fully. Oh my god.
So he will completely stop hiding.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Strength check again.
Here we go again.
Oh my god!
Oh
Please,
God.
please, please.
Please, Oscar.
1d20 plus 1. I have to.
Yeah. Can you feel the roll
We did
again?
the one again!
Oh my fucking god!
Fail!
But you're committing to this, are you?
I'm committing to this, yeah.
Okay, roll me additional strength check. Just additional strength check.
Oh my god, there goes the crit. Well, one more time.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, so what happens is, Aaron, you try to tug, and all of a sudden the thing starts to. Okay, what does go? And before you like hear the rest, you just kind of tackle the thing, and as you think there's gonna be resistance, you know, like something. All of a sudden, from Leg's perspective, and even from Scree's perspective, you see this mouth just kind of with an arrow sticking out, just appear towards you. All of a sudden, it just flops to the side as if like a piece of paper. From Leg's perspective, you see that the bottom of this is empty, as there are now two what seems to be kobold feet. Both red kobolds are struggling to get out of this mess of fur. As Ares, you kind of tackled them both to the ground, just shoving them, and you're like, "Get up, me!"
And I think they're very dangerous. He says to the other two, to Link and Kenku.
Blank.
And then you hear from the right side, it's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And to the left, as you say, you know, they're not dangerous, and you hear just from the left side, you just hear, "You fool! You have brought yourself the plague upon." And then to the right, that doesn't work because the thing is failed. And then to the left, it's
Give
like,
up peacefully. Ares says, "Give up peacefully."
Screen walks over though to the where the beast is tipped over, and then does in the same voice they said that a moment ago. I am vengeance incarnate.
all of a sudden, the strangling to get out stops as they both get inside the lever of this beast.
Blank is probably gonna come down from the tree at this point.
And I think we have to solve this with violence. And
What was the exact wording by the handsome half elf? Not handsome, not a half elf. The handsome elf.
Just get the trophy for the old man. That is clearly not a pelt.
Of course.
So basically, we can take anything of the costume to prove that we got rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we take the pelt, they're probably not gonna do a whole lot. So I think it's just gonna kind of crouch beside it. You know, if you just leave the pelt, we could let you live.
All of a sudden, they're like, they're purposely hiding inside that fur. And as soon as you say that, the struggling stops, and one of them peeks their head, and you realize this kobold is no older than like 4 years of old. He's mature, but he looks fucking young. As he looks at you, you will?
of course we will.
Promise?
I mean,
We're not monsters.
well, it depends on who you ask, really.
So you shouldn't try to be or act like a monster as well. It isn't very nice to people of the town.
Well,
Screen walks over to the kobolds, then grabs from a little bag and gives them both a ration.
what now?
A ration. I have rations.
Oh yeah. Are you just like putting them on, or are you just like throwing them to the side, just to the ground?
I'm just holding it out to them.
Do you kind of smell it? One of them smells it, other just kind of peeks their head out, and both of them just kind of smelling in the direction. What is that? Poison? Both you scree.
Scree just shakes its head like,
So why do you give this to us? Yeah.
Why do I get it?
You didn't poison it,
Wait.
right?
No, not poison. I just
To
think
show that
Scree
it
does
isn't-
just as in a cheerful voice. Food. That's all.
Food.
Can't really.
We want some food. As all of a sudden you hear in the distance this crackling of leaves as you realize a drizzle, and moments after a rain slowly starts to manifest in the surrounding areas.
Oh no.
Oh.
Araxis, quick question.
Yeah.
Kobolds, are they just seen as like this sort of pest in this world, or are
Roll me a history check to see your full.
Can I roll a nature check?
Okay. History or nature on kobolds, and they're, I guess, representative of the world. Oh my god.
That's one.
Damn.
13.
Scree, you want to roll a history or nature to like decide?
Sure. I'll roll a history because nature. What's nature to a Kenku? History. Okay. 13.
Like, you just have no idea. For Ares, though, you know that most surface-dwelling kobolds are friendly. Some are pretty practical, because they tend to mine out the valuables of the earth and trade for very little when it comes to just meats, levers, and whatnot. Though going deeper and deeper into mountains or even Underdark, the more kobolds become hostile and their methods become lethal.
So I also know this. Cool. At least I think I'm supposed to know this, right?
Yeah,
roll.
both of you, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that means that what I'm doing is exactly what I was hoping for.
So, they kind of eye the food, the rations, Scree, eagerly waiting for your, I guess, whatever, command, noise, whatever. It kind of reminds you of like two cats in a bag looking at you.
I know what I will do. I do in a lady's voice. Ancient place, east. Well of wishes. And then another voice. Do you know?
Ooh, they kind of look at each other. East. How far you've traveled east? Yeah, look. No. They kind of look at each other, at you. No. Any well or wishes or well of wishes?
In the meantime, Eric is examining the fur coat. Whatever it is.
Aren't they still in it?
Yeah, they're still
Yeah,
in
they're
it.
still in it.
Yeah.
But I want it to look like lift it slightly, see if it's like a seam. So what? Yeah. What kind of beast was this?
Looking at it, you see that it's. You know what? Roll me a nature check. Let's see if you get the full extent.
With who doesn't have proficiency in nature.
your truth. Why don't you have proficiency nature?
+0. 70.
Woo! So what you realize is that this is a lot, and I mean a lot of patch lever, a bunch of different lever put together. And the wolf's head is, of course, one of a wolf, but you see there's a bunch of hairs that have been put on additionally that have either been colored in tar or some sort of blackish material, so everything kind of fits at the same coloration. But you can see very crude, very shoddy leather working done to make this into a costume. But most of this fur, you assume, are probably from deer or rabbit. And the actual like additional fur to make it like bigger and more, I guess, wolfy. You assume these are like bear hairs that have probably been pulled off or get shed off. So it's a mixture of stuff.
Say, do the two of you have any names?
They kind of look at each other. Yeah, we got names. I'm Red. He's Red. They kind of point at each other.
Red and Red. Say, where are your parents?
They kind of look at each other. They look blankly at each other, look back at you. One of them shrugs, stutter, just stares blankly at you. They're not children. They're not like recently hatched. They're adults by all means, but they just don't know.
Okay, yeah, fair. Yeah, I don't know much about kobolds. To me, they look small and they're childlike.
For you, it's like 3 feet, so it's like goddamn child.
Yeah, that's like less than half my height.
Yeah.
I am a tall boy.
Do you live here in this cave? Aris asks both of them. It is your home.
We don't really have a home. We just kind of travel from place to place, eat rabbits, stare rabbits, a fox, or maybe the rabbits, the big ones. Stumbled here. This old man shoot us with the staff, and we decided to put a little prank on him. And the other couple could just, we made this thing, and then he was very scared and said he will give us treats if we go away. And now he's somewhere else, and we're trying to go in, but we don't want to go in because then they kind of just stop as they kind of admitting to the crime. Either out of there's something in their brain just realize they're kind of telling the story and they shouldn't tell you this, or they just stupid enough to just lose a train of thought just as they're speaking.
And Aris follows up with, this costume isn't too badly made. If you wanted to, you could have tried to become leather workers or working in clothing industry.
They both look at each other, look at you. Well, what is leather working?
And you know that you made this his pelt, right?
One of them nods. Mm-hmm.
You know, if you trade these kinds of pieces to other people, then they will give you stuff in return, such as food, clothing, shelter. I think you could live very good lives just by making more of these and trading with people. Doesn't that sound like a much better idea than scaring away humans?
Three nods and puts the rations down in front of them and then steps away.
Because, you know, if you keep doing things like this, scaring people, there's gonna be more people like us sent here to take care of you. And they might not be as kind as we are right now.
One of them seems to understand the threat of potential that might come to them. Kind of gets somewhat through their head. The other just kind of eyes the food, or just not really paying attention.
Yeah. But like my comrade here just said, if you do good work instead and, well, trade, then I don't think that such trouble will come your way.
Then the kobold that was kind of looking maybe more intelligent than told this just kind of nods. Then Dita, show us where this trading is.
Of course, of course. Just give me a moment to talk with these two fine people, and you can have a bite to eat.
They kind of patiently await, and you realize that it's raining. It's maybe in like 10 minutes it's gonna go into full like rain, and then you're gonna be wet. Hit it.
Yeah. Scree looks attentively at Lenk.
Yeah. Link is kind of gonna walk a bit away to just not be overheard by the kobolds.
Hmm?
So yeah, what exactly do we tell the old man so that he doesn't get worked up about them?
They just have to see the fur. If it's hollow, then it's not alive, is it?
Of course, but they said that they only did that because he shot at them first.
Hmm. Why don't we trade for the fur then?
Scree grins, points to themselves, and then has a expression on their face. Leave that to me. Doesn't say anything, just gives an expression of, I got this.
If you don't say so.
I give Lenk a look, and they hear a voice in their head.
You underestimate my abilities.
Oh god.
Yeah, he kind of just really freezes up for a moment and just looks at this crow and just goes, huh. That's kind of neat.
3 nods.
Find it funny because Oscar didn't hear anything.
Yeah. Oscar smiles and is happy.
Yeah.
Or me, Aries. I'm Aries, I'm not Oscar.
Nah.
Oh yeah, did I say Oscar? Dang. So, yeah. Red and Red, are you fine if you come with us to the town then?
Both of them just kind of look at each other, look at the rain, the setting, and kind of nod at you.
All right, let's go. Don't want to catch a cold or anything.
So, I assume. So,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do with the pelt? Are you gonna? Who's gonna carry it?
I think,
Lenk can.
and I will probably need to have help you carry it because it's supposedly very large. So, I
You
will-
can probably fold it up, right there, Axis?
Oh yeah. You can fold it up. It's for well. Here's the thing. You realize that because the shoddy thread work, you can basically snatch the main body from the head, if you wish.
Ah. Hmm. Well, we kind of do need the probably the body in order to show off that they can in fact do leather work. So maybe Ares can take the head and Len can take
yes,
the body and fold it up.
Ares just takes the wood and carries it in his arms.
Yeah. And who's making sure that kobolds don't, wander off?
That's Grease duty, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So,
Takes you- yeah.
But wait. Can I take the kobolds both at their hands and lead them with me?
Yes, they don't seem to be. One of them is like following you because he understands where he's taking you. The others just kind of follow because I don't know.
Okay. Then I do that.
Yeah. In that case, yeah, it takes you a good 6 or so minutes, and you make your way through the street. There's a handful more people. People are closing down as the storm is slowly picking up, and yeah, you make your way back to the tavern. Go through the door. You see the familiar blonde elf just kind of eyeing the door and seeing you back, and then just kind of nods, sees that you got more company now, and looks at the pelt, smiles a bit. I assume the beast has been slain.
Yep.
You assume correct.
And the kobolds will cause no more problem.
I don't care about the kobold. Zenith! He kind of yells and then whistles, and you hear some thudding below the floorboards as the familiar half-elf reemerges. And he kind of looks at the elf, and then looks at all of you, looks at the pelt, kind of flinches, and see that it's, discarded. It's kind of breathes. So there was a
Ares
beast.
is very proud.
Oof.
Yeah, we dealt with the issue.
Okay. And then you hear another pair of sounds under the floor as all of a sudden the familiar old half-elf just kind of darts out and gets on the side of the wall, just kind of leaning in, and looks at the head of the beast and kind of points. There it is, the fabled beasts of fire.
Ares hides behind Link.
It has been slain, destroyed, its soul scattered to the maelstrom. Looks at all of you. You are heroes. Stuff of legend. These halls will sing your glorious feats for eternity.
Much appreciated, old man. However, we in the mighty
Oh,
beast's lair, we happen to find a couple of prisoners, and he gestures towards Red and Red. and we believe that they might need some help settling down. They helped us make this pelt after we slayed the beast.
You pass the perception and insight for everyone, including like everybody knows that you're bullshitting.
I didn't even get to roll deception.
I know. Except
enough.
for the half elf. That is like, like listening, like nodding, but every single word kinda, and even the kobold's like, wait, didn't we make this? And then you just hear a sudden, you hear a sudden funk as one of the kobolds punch another square in the face. The elf, the half elf listens steerily. Oh, he kind of observes he kind of walks up bravely to the kobold's eyes and for a bit looks at the cloak, kind of lifts it up, sees the stitching and all that. The fire could not make the high hole. Yes, indeed. It needed master craftsmen to stitch it together. And he kind of looks at the kobolds. Yes, you shall fit nicely.
Oh. Oh. Indeed,
Well.
indeed.
He just stands there looking and just observes, seeing at the moment if they have to do something. But seems everything has worked out fine.
As he kind of raises his head and kind of gets his head into a pouch, for your brave deeds must be rewarded, and I have the mount it all as the old half-elf gives you 1 silver piece each.
Yeah.
He kind of nods and says, "I'll let me go away because it's late and my bones ache." And you see the man goes behind the counter, and there's a staircase that you see that goes down that he takes, and you hear the sounds of footsteps. As both Zenith and the blonde elf just kind of look at each other, look at you.
And Ares immediately stuffs the silver piece in one pocket of Lenk, and like he acts like he's touched like a disgusting bug. While doing it, so like instantly has the way.
Zenith just kind of looks. Well, if you don't mind it, this is of course letter work, but I'm willing to take this pelt. For 10 gold pieces, and if you give me head, I'll give you additional 15. It would be a nice mantle piece, and I guess a conversation star over there. He's gonna point, and there's like a handful of fur stretched out on the sides of the walls, and there's like a spot that would fit like this fur quite nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ares places the head on the counter or a table or something.
As the blonde elf just kind of all of a sudden turns around into the bar, grabs a few pieces of paper, starts scribbling down, and just loudly proclaims, "What are your names?" One by one.
Ares.
Okay.
Ares.
Then points at you, Lank,
Lank Snowstorm.
and then points at you, Scree.
Scree gives a sigh and then says in two different voices, "Scree! Wallow!"
Okay, he kind of nods, writes a few stuff, and then turns his back again towards the bar and looks at you and gives the 3 pieces of paper, well, 1 piece of paper each. It says, "Congratulations, you made the task to my highest expectations, and you complete this little exam, and officially you're part of the Kujo organization. I hereby to tell you congratulations that you can now partake in the bounties all across the Empire, wherever you see fit, with no legal repercussions. If you wish to get a bounty somewhere more commonly in borders from one province to another, or if you got the connections, can be provided to you, as he kind of points a few feet away from the fireplace that is basically the part of the bonfire. That there's this like nice wooden board with a handful of papers. That's the board. If you wish to get some contracts going, that's the start. Well, without any case, I have to be going. Congratulations once again. Oh yeah, additionally, Zenith, an old friend of mine, you got 2 days worth of rooms for free, including the meals. After that, it's 2 gold pieces per night. Do I make myself clear?
Understood.
He kind of nods. He kind of nods.
He nods.
Gives a wave to you all, and then walks through the door without saying anything else.
We finally did it! We're adventurers now.
You make it sound like it took a long time. It took barely half an hour.
Literally.
We also traveled for half a day.
Well, you got a point. But
So it's like,
yeah. What are your plans going forward?
we have to celebrate this, of course. Let's see, we need some food, we need some to drink, we need something to play. Do you have something you don't like to eat? Both of you?
I'm not particularly picky.
Well,
He just goes, food,
oh yeah.
drugs.
From this point, it's about 7 p.m. It's getting darker. There's still sun because it's still summer, and but it's dusk, and now it's raining outside. The wind is picking up. Yeah, it's warm inside, and you see the both red kobolds kind of look at each other, take the seats by the bar, and then the Zenith just kind of walks up and says, "Well, you're gonna be under my jurisdiction now, and then I'll get you to the local tailor and see what I can get you tomorrow." At the moment, what do you eat? The kobolds look at each other, looking at berries, bones, excrement,
Oh.
he kind of looks a bit disturbed with the final thing. Would bones from a stew be fine? One of the kobolds looks at her and says, "Have you heard of an animal called stew?" The other kobold shakes his head. And then you see this like he has a few plates, wooden plates, that are basically drenched in remnants of bones, and he just kind of gathers all the bones into one plat and just kind of gives them. And the kobolds just take it. But quite happily cheerful, actually. But there's this uncomfortable crunch with each, bite. But besides that, yeah. Congratulations, you're mercenaries. What would you like to do?
Ares wants to walk up to the bartender.
Yeah, he's basically cleaning up from a handful of plates that have been consumed of food.
Hello, what is the best food you have?
At the moment, elk stew with some potatoes, radishes, and carrots, and that's pretty much it. For drink, water, berry juice, and meat and firewater.
You don't have sheep's milk?
Sheep's milk. He kind of scratches his head a bit. Oh my god, why did you go? Why did you say that? He kind of.
I've been holding up to that.
He kind of looks around a bit, scratches his head. I don't think I served milk or even drank milk for over a decade, so that's a no. But there are stables just nearby, and they had several sheep, so he kind of shrugs. Nobody really comes asking for milk.
Okay, can we get as much food and drink as we can from this? And he hands over the gem on the table.
He kind of
Time to celebrate.
Lang just kind of puts a hand on his forehead and just sighs. Such a waste. So much money.
Be the same. But they just sigh.
He kind of looks at it. It's like, sure, elk as much as you want, and any meat, ale, or whatnot. He kind of nods very excitedly, pockets the gem. Oh yes, additionally, there is a room upstairs. As he kind of points at this like small staircase that is kind of like a literal ladder that has been put on the ground, and there's like a second floor. As he just kind of points, you just go there, put the ladder on, climb on. There, hay beds, good enough, and yeah, don't cause a mess, don't start a fire. Kind of points to all of you, and we should all be good. As he kind of starts like gathering some elk pieces from the fire and just starts chopping it and getting basically into these wooden bowls and plates and basically provide you with your dinner. So, anything else you wish to do? Because slowly but surely the end of the session is going to a close.
Can I look around for one thing? Just one thing, if it's there.
Uh-huh.
A map of the area. If there's maybe a map of the area somewhere hung on the tavern walls.
As in the surrounding area of the entire region, or just this?
Well, any map at this point. He's doesn't know the difference between the region and the thing. They just know I have to go. For my thing, I have to go here, so I need the map. So can I find? Is there a map anywhere that we can look at real quick?
In tavern or just in Taz?
Just in the tavern itself. Because we're gonna be
looking
eating and drinking.
Looking around, nope. For a few seconds, you thought to yourself, there's a map, and then you realize, oh, it's just a very crude painting. It's just like,
Got nothing of use, so I guess I have to look around town tomorrow.
Yeah, and don't be shy. Eat and drink as much as you want. This is a day to celebrate.
As was gonna ask earlier, what are your plans going forward now that we've been accepted?
Oh, right. Well, if you wouldn't mind, I actually have something. Would you mind helping me with a mission of mine? I'm actually.
Well, it depends on the mission.
I'm traveling east to find a place called Pat. It is a tree that is the oldest tree in the world, and I have to find someone who lives by that tree. But the journey there will be a bit difficult, so I can't do it on my own. So I've been searching for people to join me. That's why I wanted to become an adventurer, so I can travel in a group.
Kree puts their hand on Ares' shoulder, then points to themselves. In a way of saying, I'm in.
Yeah.
While I would like to help you, I mean, we seem to get along well enough. I actually do have a few tasks of my own to go through before I might be able to help you. Well, one of the tasks is in this town itself, so after that we might be able to start moving.
Oh yeah, I have no problem helping you with any of the things you want to do before. I'm not in any rush really.
Well, that's good to hear then.
I don't have much to compensate with, I'm afraid.
Well, yeah, you don't seem to be too keen on carrying money. And he kind of pats the pocket that he shoved the coin into.
My mother would be angry if I held any metals.
I understand. So in the future, I do believe that me and Scree here would be fine with carrying your rewards for you.
Thumbs up.
That's
Doesn't
kind
thumbs
of
up.
you, thank you.
Well, it's no issue really. No skin off my back.
Kree gives
but,
Lenk a side glance.
Yeah, if you're willing, if you're not in a rush, then I don't see any reason why we shouldn't keep together.
Yeah, that seems like it should be very fun.
I
Kree
suppose
nods, then grabs their drink, raises up, and does in Ares' voice, "Celebrations!"
I think it's gonna grab his,
Celebrations.
celebrations.
Irish drinks water, by the way.
Yeah, Lank is gonna go for some mead.
Yeah.
Kree's just going for water.
So,
It's vodka, no one drinks it.
everybody drinks and settles down for the evening. I assume, right? Nothing, no more mercenary work for the job for today is over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with that, I think it's a very good place to end it.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
So congratulations, you officially became mercenaries, and you are level 2.
Alrighty. Cool.
Level chateau.
Yes. So, and now, as at the beginning I said, I ask one simple question. They'll ask every single fucking week. I'm gonna ask one simple thing before I'm shutting the stream down. So, is there anything you wish to say to the stream before I'm shutting the stream with no survivors?
Don't forget to always have fun.
Always.
Always keep on knife close.
As Ares would say, sheep milk is superior.
Beef milk is superior.
And
Oh yeah, hydrate. Let's go.
Yeah, I will do that as well. I need to.
Oh no.
I have to.